Still recovering. It's so good. Okay. All right. I was sitting in my private school around age 8. The religion teacher said, "Everyone sit in a circle. Don't speak, close your eyes, and raise your hand when you hear God speaking to you." One by one, each child raised their hand. I sat thinking. I saw on TV that only crazy people hear voices in their heads. No, my teacher said, "It's all right, Annie, not everyone can hear the light of God." So open your Bibles, kids. But you see, I didn't understand religion. You see, I was 8 years old. I was the kid that went to a private school and thought God was a woman who rode the subway and asked strangers for money because her kids just needed to eat. And I thought God was a dog who had just been beat. And I thought God was my Aunt Sue. You see, I didn't know who I was at age 8. And I didn't know who I wanted to be. I didn't understand my personality yet. And I didn't know when I would turn the age where your childhood photos look nothing like you. I wanted to look like the girls in the movies and act like the girl next door and feel like I know exactly who I am in my core. I wanted to be someone I wasn't in order to feel like someone I wanted to be because that's who I thought I was or who I thought I could be. Deranged in a world in which I didn't understand myself, feeling like I'm waiting in a continental shelf. I'm a creature of creation against my own condemnation, against my own frustration for feeling fixated on finding myself, looking for liberation from my 12-year-old self. I didn't know who I was supposed to be. I hit middle school and all my friends became depressed. They said their days consisted of migraines. Their moods contradicted each other like political campaigns. Their lungs filled with something like propane. Your veins are pumping and you predict for only 3 more days. Your parents don't understand because being 14 is a part of life and you're really pissing me off, so go in your room and study. You'll get out of this phase. So you research how to tie a noose, your collar gets loose, and then 3 years later, most of you wake up, but some of you don't. We didn't know who we wanted to be, but I knew that I wanted to be good at something. We were just too young to know that sometimes, in order to find your talents or experience the highs of your life, you have to go through some pretty intense lows. I chose to compose my inspiration from my brother, who went through a starvation of a childhood when he spent his school days listening to the Cruel Kids because he just wasn't a cool kid, but now my brother is the coolest guy to ever sing you Gwen Stefani and Britney Spears and tell you that you look so fabulous, but he'll probably say it in literally any other language because he's just that talented now. He showed me and shaped me. He taught me resilience, and I didn't know who I was, but I knew I wanted to be just like him. I knew that he was once one of those depressed kids, repressed and distressed, but he's impressed us all over any overcomings, becoming a man that studied every religion, befriended every stereotype of a human, overcame every obstacle his social life encountered, and came out on top. Now, when I wrote this, he was about to ship out to fight for our country. Well, now, not exactly allowed to tell you what he does. A scatterplot poem equates that my past does not define my future or your future, clearly not my brother's future. Thank you.